Hello everyone, Austin with the Limestone Library here, and I'm joined again by my wife Amy as we take a look at, three more board games from around the world. I like these games again because, as you'll be able to see in a second, you can just make these at home. You can do them on a dry erase board, which is a little harder because it can smudge, but you can very easily make them on any old paper, construction paper. You can make them fancy if you want. They really are great and simple games. Now, just like last time, I have not told Amy any of the rules whatsoever with any of the games. At the same time, though, one of the games I have not a great idea of how to play. I've never played it, and the other two I've only played once. So we're on the same level here, but the point is, I want to show you guys that you can learn these games really quick and you can have a lot of fun with them. So let's get started here. This first game is called Seega, and I'm starting with this one. I think it's probably the simplest. It is on a little tiny 5x5 board. Pretty simple. Kind of looks like a checkerboard, and I think you're going to have an easier time with this too. To start with this one. So the way that it starts, we haven't set up any of the pieces yet, but the way that it starts, you're going to take two of yours. Do you have 10? No, you want 12, right?
I have 12. I just picked up 2. There's 8 more. 8. Ow.
I'm not going to edit that out. Okay, so, does that mean I have... No, I'm good, I think. Okay, so we're going to take 2 pieces. I'm going to put my 2 here, and you're going to put yours here. So it starts off like that. Now, we'll just say red goes first, but I'll tell you the rules, and then you'll decide which one you want to do, or you can have me decide. So we have the board set up. The pawns, which is just all the pieces, they move orthogonally one tile at a time. So forward, backward, sideways. It just means that they can't move diagonal is all. So we got an English lesson today too. So orthogonally, one tile at a time. A pawn cannot be moved back to the tile that it came from on the previous turn. So if you move this pawn here, you can't go back on that turn, but you can go back on the next turn, certainly. That one's going to be easy to forget as we get more on the board, understandably. If you are unable to move, this is what makes this one interesting, then you may remove one of your opponent's pawns and still make a move. Which is different because in most games, like chess and checkers, you want to make it so that your opponent can't move. You want to restrict their movement as much as possible. With this one, you don't want to back them into a corner because then they'll strike and they'll take out one of your pieces. It's difficult. Very different. Capturing is exactly like tableau. So, you guys at home, if you remember tableau last week, if you didn't watch it, the way that you capture, if there's a piece here, you just surround it on 2 sides, and then you capture that piece. And I don't even know if the camera picked that up, but it should have. But you'll see it during the game. So you just surround a piece on 2 sides, and then you capture it. You win if your opponent has 1 or no pawns left, because if they have 1, they can't do any captures. You can also win by making a wall with your pawns where all of your opponent's pawns are on one side of the wall, and you would win if you have more pawns than your opponent. So if you make a wall with 5 of your pawns and 4 of mine are on the other side, and they're all on one side, I lose. Because you made a wall, all mine are on one side, and I have less pawns than you. And that's it. Not too bad. So,
do we add?
Do we what?
How do the other pawns get on the board?
That's what we're going to do right now. So, do you want to go first?
No.
Okay, I will go first. So we'll move this over, and let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. So we'll come over here. So we take turns here, placing a pawn, and now it's your turn. So you're going to place a pawn anywhere on the board except in the center. The center of the board opens up once we get to the movement phase, but we're in the placement phase now, so.
I'm assuming I can't just like put pieces here to.
Well, you can only do one at a time. So you'll put one wherever you want. But you don't capture during this phase.
Okay.
But so you can place them wherever. So any square that you'd like. Okay. And what do we go here? Okay. So let's go here, and then you're going to place that, and then it'll be your turn, which may or may not be ideal for me. I'm going to go with not ideal.
So I can just capture this then, right?
Well, you have to move into the vacant square, so you have 2 legal moves, and to me it looks like they're both good. So
if I move this here,
you
I
get
can
both.
then.
You get both. Yeah, we've made some serious errors here, and now I don't know what to do. Wow. Let's go. Ooh.
I think you only have 1 legal move.
No, I can do this.
That's what I'm saying. You only.
Oh, you might be right. Okay. I think you were right. I think I did only have 1 legal move. So that's funny.
Okay.
So not all is lost. Always good. Okay. Let's stay even here. These are going to get smudged. We maybe should have used the other ones, but that's okay. That skilled. Here.
It's like hard because I like have all my pieces.
Right.
In the same area.
Yeah, it's tough for me too because in chess you want to control the center, but I think here you want to control the outside so that you surround your opponent. But because that's how you capture. You surround your opponent. So. Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking I probably don't want to do that. Okay. Oh, and I didn't mention captures aren't forced. That would be weird. It would be weird to. I don't know. Let me see. Let's go. Let's go here. Actually, get that guy in the game there.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I think so. And then we will do that. And I've had a capture here for a while, but then I think I lose 2 after that. I think. Take that, and then. Oh, not anymore, but on the last turn. Okay. suppose. Right here, I think. Oh no! That's no good. Okay. There. Yeah, all of these, they're so different. For some reason, I can see the captures in tableau, but in this one, it's like all Greek to me. It doesn't make any sense. Boy. Well, so definitely not. This is over here. I just went here, so I can't go back. That's why I said that's going to be hard to remember. And then, okay, so I suppose, unless I'm missing something big. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. And I just moved from here, I think. Yeah, that's good. So I suppose we'll go nice here.
It kills me because like that to me is like a capture.
I know, but it's the same. It's the same thing in tableau. If you do that, you don't get captured. You know, you have to be the one doing it, which is funny. So it pays to be really aggressive and to go, you know, into all of your opponent's pieces. It's also hard though. It's hard to see. It's hard to keep track of everything. Well, that was pretty good. Wait, were you there in the last move?
I don't think so. Or
Okay.
maybe I was. No, I was here.
Okay, I don't know. I guess since I don't know, yeah. That, like I said, that's gonna be hard.
I mean, if
so
you prefer,
I just moved here, right?
Piece.
I just moved here, so I think I
Yeah.
can do this. Okay. I forgot about that. That's pretty good. I can't do that. Yeah, something I would have wanted to avoid anyway was closing you off in here, because then I'm going to lose something. Oh, can I do this? I did not look at the consequences of that move, though. I'm just out here taking pieces. Yeah, it seems to be fine, though. Right? I think everything is checking out. Ooh. Oh, I can do that.
We only have one like legal move.
Right, but I gotta be careful. I don't want to. Oh, actually, oops. I can go here. So now this is the wall that I was talking about. Because, well, this would be, you know, for chess it would be checkmate. But it makes sense to me now why that's a rule. Because there's no way for me to advance on you, since you're just sitting in the corner. Two pieces together is really strong, so I can't capture you on the edge. So, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, and after this I have no move.
Right.
Unless you
Right, because you can't go back. So I would have to let you out. Well, I mean, I guess I can make that work. I guess I could like let you out here, and then you would come out, and then I could come in. So that would be like chess, because in chess you keep going, and you know in the end game you try to make it so that your opponent doesn't have any moves except for bad ones. Yeah, that one Wow, that one confuses me because I can't see any of the captures. Okay, so the next one, we're gonna actually let's move over to this one here, and this is the one that I think you might have heard of. But let me go ahead and turn this, and that's perfect?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, really? I almost don't believe it. Okay. I didn't believe it. There's no way. Okay. So this one is called This is gonna bug me. Yeah. This one is called Nine Men's Morris. Have you heard of it? Okay. I thought you might have. I think this might be the most popular one out of all the ones that we've looked at.
It's also possible it has a different name though.
It could have a different name. And there's different variants. There's like 3 Men's Morris and stuff like that. But anyway, why don't we, for this one, just so that it's easier to move the pieces, I find that these are probably easier to grab. We'll use these, the yellow ones and the black ones. Okay. So the way that this one works, each player has 9 pieces, hence 9 Men's Morris. Usually colored black and white, but here we are with yellow and black. The object of the game is to, well, let me just tell you the winning condition, I guess. If I can find it. A player wins the game by reducing the opponent to 2 pieces, or by leaving them without a legal move. So you win by making your opponent have 2 pieces or without a legal move. And we start with 9. Now, let's see. The way that you capture pieces, you need to try to form mills. And these mills are 3 of your own men. They're called men, I guess, but we can say pieces. Pieces are pawns. But 3 of your own pieces in a row. And this can be horizontally or vertically, but not diagonally. And once you form 3 of your pieces in a row on any of these intersection points, there's 24 intersection points. So 3 in a row, and once you do, you can remove one of your opponent's pieces from the game. So a player wins by, having the opponent have 2 pieces or less. I don't think you could have less. And then leaving them without a legal move. So there are 3 phases. There is the placement phase, the moving phase, and then the flying phase. Yeah, that's a brow furrow for you, those of you at home. The flying phase is one of the most interesting rules that I've ever seen in any board game ever. But okay, here we go. So the game begins with an empty board, and we determine who plays first. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, fabulous. So we'll have you start with white, and then we'll do that. Okay, so we take turns placing our pieces. 1 piece per turn on the empty intersection points. Cool. Okay. Well, go here. Okay. And I think you can. Let me see. Empty intersection points. If a player is able to place 3 of their pieces on contiguous points in a straight line, they have formed a mill and they can remove one of their opponent's pieces from the board and the game. With the caveat that a piece in an opponent's mill can only be removed if no other pieces are available. If we get to that...
So we can do the mills in placement?
You have to... Yes, you can form the mills while we're placing. Although you've played well even not knowing that, I think. So you can form the mills while placing, capture your opponent's pieces while placing, and, let me see, form the mill. When you remove pieces, you have to remove like these lone pieces first.
Okay. So
like if there's 3 lone pieces, I would choose from them. If you have a mill over here, I can't touch that mill unless, there's no other choice for me. So, okay, so I'll go here. And I think that was all And then after they've all been placed, phase 2 begins. So, okay. And I don't... 1, 2, 3 wouldn't be a mill.
I know.
Okay, just making sure. Okay. And then I went there anyway. Even though it's not blocking a mill. Did I mess up? I'm not even... Okay, so you can remove one. It's... Oh, man, it's so weird. That's not
Anyone?
good. Any of them. Because I don't have any mills. So you can remove any piece. Wow. Alright.
Oh no, I did that one. I should have tried a different one.
Oh, well, here, you should take that. Or I'm going to sneak it. Okay.
Oh wait, so this is just like out of play?
That's yours. It's out of play. So it's captured, yeah, and then I put it right back. When we're in the movement phase, you can even move this here and then move it back.
Mm.
Yeah, which I should maybe do something about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, you're saying I should put one here.
That might be an idea. Yeah, perhaps. And actually, well, I should probably block that. Goodness. So it's like tic-tac-toe, but it's a lot harder than tic-tac-toe.
I seem to be winning, though.
Oh yeah. Did I mention the country of origin? It originates in ancient Rome. I don't know anything else about it. Some of these games are really hard to find, I guess, exact information on. Okay, let's go here. Of course. And then it looks like everything checks out, I suppose. Oh, okay. Let's go here. I think I have an idea. And I think are we in the movement phase? Okay. So, players continue to alternate moves, so it would be your turn, but hold on. This time, moving a piece to an adjacent point, so you can only move it if it's right next to it. Which I think was probably maybe self-explanatory. A piece may not jump another piece, enemy or otherwise. Players continue to try to form mills to remove their opponent's pieces. A player can break a mill by moving one of his pieces out of an existing mill and then back into it, like we talked about. Let me see. And then when one player has been reduced to 3 pieces, that's when phase 3 begins, the flying phase. So, your turn.
Well, looks like I only have a couple wiggle moves, so I'm gonna do this.
Okay. Here, and I cannot touch any of these because that's a mill. So I think I'm going to take this one.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little stupid.
Was it stupid? It might be.
It might have been.
Maybe?
I think I'm gonna do this, though, to
Okay.
prevent you from...
Yep. Let's go here. So that's pretty smart. Makes sense.
Okay, so it wasn't so stupid. Oh, that was actually really smart.
Oh, yeah, sure. You shouldn't have told me that, because I might not have seen that. Okay, so I have to go here. Right? Because I don't want to allow this... Oh, that would be a mess. Man, I bet people could get really good at this game. Like, Seega, maybe? I can kind of understand Seega. I'm not sure. Seega seems too close to checkers, but this one... I think people could get really good at it. I wonder what happens if we get to a point where we can't form any mills. Is that a thing? Yeah, I only have a few moves. So, going over here. Oh, I didn't even see that I could do that. That was an accident.
I'm gonna stop saying that's
Well,
really smart because I think I see things before you do.
Probably. I don't think I would want to do that anyway, though, because that would let you come out and then come back in. So probably not. Okay. Uh-huh. So this is an interesting spot. I think I might be able to limit your moves. Because remember, weren't the... Let me see. What are the winning conditions again? Reducing the opponent to 2 pieces, or by leaving them without a legal move. So if you can... So it's not like the last game at all. If you can restrict your opponent and they don't have a move, then you win. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I can't.
Getting a little crazy.
I'm getting the sneaking suspicion that this game probably takes longer than the other ones. So we might call it a draw here. Soon.
You don't want to get to flying?
I'll explain flying. Flying is it's something else. Okay, let's see. What? For better or worse. Sure.
Bet you can't capture that.
I know, right? It's
Wait, do
so
I have
weird.
any? Yeah, I've got like one move, and neither are ideal.
Okay, so did I mess up? No! I'm over here laughing and I can't even see anything.
Which one?
Oh no, this is not good.
I can take any of these because...
Any of them, yeah. Yeah, I missed that. It's like tic-tac-toe when you when you have 3 but your opponent has it first.
Yay.
Wow, do I resign? Okay, why don't we go... I don't want to do anything. Okay, I think I'm going to resign this one. Because I can go here to get that, and you can't really stop me, but I can't stop you from doing this, and after I move this, I can't stop you from doing that. So, yeah.
I win!
Oh, that one, I could see people getting really good at this one. This is, it might be my favorite so far, other than Tableau. I think this might be my favorite. So, just to finish this one, the flying phase, which you probably don't want to resign like me. You know, I got to resign for the sake of the video, and I probably don't have a chance. But the flying phase makes it interesting. When a player is reduced to 3 pieces, there is no longer a limitation on that player of moving to only adjacent points.
Huh.
So
just the player that...
Just that player. So it's a catch-up mechanic. So if you get your opponent 2-3 pieces, you better make sure that you can put them away. The player's pieces may fly or hop or jump from any point to any other vacant point. Now this is where it gets to the point where it's hard to find history on these games, and it's hard to find exact rules, because some sources say that this was an original rule and some don't, right? I mean, ancient Rome, you know, it's understandable how that could be the case. So, for better or worse, that's Nine Men's Morris. Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. All right, now this next one, I think, may be the most unique board game, maybe that I've ever seen. Do we want to? Why don't we do it like this? That'll be a little bit easier. And how are we? Well, here, I'm just gonna move this and then go here. That looks okay. Alright, so this one is from Nepal, and it is called Bagh-Chal, which it's probably not how it's pronounced, but Bagh-Chal. Now, we need 20 black pieces, and we're going to cheat and we're going to use some pawns over here. 20 black pieces. And those pieces are the goats. And we need 4 white pieces, and that's it. So it's 20 against 4. We'll do the white ones. Oh. And these pieces are the tigers. So we have a board game with goats and tigers. Now, at the start of the game, all 4 tigers start in the corners of the board, facing the center. No goats are placed on the board during the initial setup. Now, the player controlling the goats moves first. And their job is to place a goat onto a free intersection on the board. Any intersection is fine. Tigers may move along the lines from one intersection to another. And the movement is, I would say, the same as the last game. You follow the intersection points, you go one at a time. Unless I'm incorrect, and I'll correct myself later, but I believe that's how you play it. Once all of the goats have been placed on the board, goats must move in the same fashion as the tigers. One intersection to another, and moves alternate between players. Simple enough. Tigers capture goats by jumping over them to an adjacent free position, just like in checkers. So we have to get the last 2 out of our head. We're not forming mills, we're not surrounding them, we're jumping over them just like in checkers.
So in other words, if this was here,
you would jump.
Tiger would jump to here.
Exactly, and then that would be captured.
Okay.
The tigers win by capturing 5 goats.
Okay.
The goats win by making it so that the tigers can't move.
Okay.
Interesting game. It's crazy. Again, another game that I'm bad at because it's so unique, and it's not like nothing I've heard of. Now, the rules for the tigers, just extra rules in case there's questions here. They can move to an adjacent free position along the lines. They can capture goats during any move and do not need to wait until all the goats are placed. So if you're a goat, you better be careful placing your goats, or you're not going to have goats. They can capture only 1 goat at a time. So no, right?
No double jumping.
Yeah, none of that. Actually, no, I think there is double jumping. think about the language. One goat at a time means you can jump one goat at a time, and then the next one you can jump again. It doesn't say you can only capture one goat per turn. So we'll stick to the checkers rules, because it does say that it jumps like checkers, right? So let's do that.
But how would you be able to capture more than...
It would be like if there was a...
one at a time.
If there was a goat here, and a goat here, and no tiger here, you would go here and here, just like in checkers. It's one at a time, and it's different.
But how would you ever have it where there's two
like
at
this.
a time?
You can't do that. That's all that means.
Oh, okay.
Right. So yeah, because I was reading it earlier and I was confused, and we were gonna go one direction with it, but no, I'm like 90% certain that's what you want to do. Again, the rules are hard because these are old games and from all around the world. Okay. Let's see. They can jump over a goat in any direction as long as there's an open space for the tiger to land, and a tiger cannot jump over another tiger. The rules for the goats. Goats cannot move until all goats have been positioned on the board. They must leave the board when captured, and they cannot jump over tigers or other goats. And that's it. Now there's one final special rule that we probably won't have to deal with, but it's to kind of prevent the goats from forcing draws. So bear with me here for a second. Sometimes you can get into a repetitive cycle of positions. The goats can use this resource. To avoid it, there's an additional rule. When all the goats have been placed, no move may return the board to a situation that has already occurred during the game.
Okay.
And we're going to leave it at that. It's going to be mostly inconsequential because whoever's playing the goat, we're not going to try to cheese our opponent. But that is an official rule added on at some point after the game was made. So, do you want to be the tigers or the goats?
Neither.
Yeah, that's how I feel. This game's hard.
I'll be the tiger.
Tigers? Okay. Yeah, I think the tigers are easier, but I have no idea. So, okay.
Do I move after every time you play?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we do alternate. So, okay. I am going to go here because I don't have a clue. Okay.
Can I capture during placement?
Yes.
Okay.
This is why I like this video format. Because if we both knew how to play, that's mine.
Oh.
If we both knew how to play, I don't think we would get questions this good. Take my goats.
Can the goats capture the tiger?
No.
Okay.
Can you imagine what that would look like? Yeah, I don't want to see that goat.
I'm gonna try and keep this along the edge here.
If you are making this game at home, it is the hardest one to draw by far. Evidenced by my squiggly lines. Better squiggly than smeared, I suppose. To give some goat tips, I guess. If you are playing the goats, you really want to try to take care of your pieces in the placement phase. If you're playing the tigers, don't get discouraged because you can't capture any goats. A player playing the goats shouldn't let you. So let's go here.
This is getting a little frustrating.
Like I said, if you're a tiger, you're not really going to capture goats in the placement phase. It's just not going to happen. But the diagonal captures are tricky. I don't want to talk about those. Okay, let's go here. Oh, and once again, captures aren't forced, but I would struggle to come up with a position where it would be bad to capture a goat, I guess. I almost put it there. Okay, let's go here.
I don't know why I did it.
I feel like I have too many goats, but
You
maybe
should
I
have
don't.
20.
I did say 20, right? Let me just. I am gonna double check here. All 4 tigers. I didn't say anywhere. I am gonna do a quick search. I really think I'm supposed to have 20. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And here's my 20. Yeah, 20 goats. Wow! It seems like a lot. Maybe the goats are easier. Did you move?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems like a lot of goats. It's probably a brand new sentence. Are you scared of my brick of goats? It's so silly. Okay, so there's going to be 1 free space left, which I guess makes sense, but man, that's ruthless. Do you have a plan? I believe you. Am I gonna do something stupid? Is that why you're laughing? Let's go here. I think I'm... Okay, I think... Alright.
I actually don't think that was what I was supposed to do.
Okay. Oh boy, that's tricky. Okay, so I have to do this so that I don't get captured there. Hoy vey.
That was your last.
And that's, yeah, I'm out of goats. So now we're in that's another brand new sentence. Oh, wow! Yeah, that was good.
I'm getting a goat.
Jeez. Oh, well, wait. Okay, so I can do that goat too, though. Okay. Okay.
Roar.
Crisis averted. Because I was, wow. Okay. This is interesting. I thought I had to move the other one.
I'm trying to figure out a way to like force.
It's funny that you have 4 moves because of the diagonals. It's so easy to underestimate. But yeah, you're exactly right. You want to try to, force a move like that. Man, do I not have any good moves? Did you do it?
don't know.
I don't think I have any good moves.
This game's giving me a headache.
It's giving me a headache too. Yeah, that's good. Because I have that, which is bad, and I have that, which is bad. I think. So I have to figure out which is less bad. I suppose. I guess I'll do this one. I'm not happy about it. Huh. Alright. Okay. So...
Which really just gives you more moves.
Yeah, there is something to be said about that, I think. I guess here. Okay. Yeah, that's no good, is it? Huh. Can't go there.
It's better than I thought it was. Wasn't very nice.
Ah! Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. There. It does get more interesting once you start losing goats. And then the goats get more moves.
I think I only have one legal.
You have two. Here and here. Because you can go back to the same position. It's just after you go back to the same position, I can't go back to my position. They had to limit the goats. They were so strong. Okay. Makes sense. So... No, I don't want to do that. Boy, oh boy. I almost did that. But that makes sense. Okay, we're going to go here for better or worse. Just to kind of... Oh. Okay. I almost did that again.
It's like my way of enticing you.
I know, it's... I just... Oh, man.
Get that out of the
I
corner.
guess I don't have too many other choices.
Did I
Which is
actually
fine.
force a move?
So let's... We're gonna... So many places to capture from. We're gonna do one of those. Okay. And I gotta safely get a piece there. Which is not...
There's no way.
Easy. Yeah, because there's no way. Right. Wow. So what's the plan then? I guess, you know what? I need to somehow... Okay, so let's do this. Because I can't go in the center of your goats. or tigers. But I think I can kind of get around on the edge. And you're going to be forced to move something. And now I think this is where it is going to get easier for me. But what do I know? So let's go here. And you have one. Yeah. Okay. And then... boy.
You have like 2 moves.
Oh! Oh. It doesn't work. I mean, well, this looks like it's the right idea.
Guess I'm putting one in the middle.
Okay. Certainly. Oh. No. If I go here. Wow. How do I do it? Okay. Suppose here. So maybe the idea is to separate the tigers?
I have no idea.
If at all possible? Yeah, I don't know. I truly do not know. Now, if I can corral this little fella somewhere, then we'll be in business. Is that it? You got that? So maybe not. Yeah, I think we want to free it up like that. And I genuinely don't know which one's harder, the goats or the tigers. Let's go here. But I do know that I'm having a really hard time.
I got it. Do I really only have one Lego move?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's a really important strategy for the goats. Try to limit your opponent to one move, and then you can sort of easily calculate what tree you want to go down. Although I'm a goat, so I should go up the tree, right? Up the tree away from the tigers.
Tigers can climb trees.
Yeah, well, not these guys.
I don't have any moves.
I think that's it. But I thought you didn't have any moves like 5 moves ago, and then and then I didn't have a clue. So I think that's it.
Yeah, you won.
So, if you're the goats, I think. I mean, what did you say? You said, after one goat's captured, it gets a little bit easier, even because the goats have more options. And I was even in some positions where I probably could have let a few more get captured. Maybe not a few, but maybe like 1 or 2. And it might have been even easier. I don't know. But I think you definitely want to separate the tigers. And I don't know what to do if you're the tigers.
I think the idea of the goats is to get them to where the tiger can't make any moves.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I don't know what you're supposed to do if you're the tigers. Like, what strategy you would use.
Trying to force jumps.
Oh, yeah. So exactly what you were doing. So you have the forced jumps with the tigers. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Which one was your favorite?
Oh, the 9 men.
Yeah. That one was pretty good.
Primarily because I can win it.
Yeah, I did like this one a lot. That one was pretty interesting. So 3 very different games, very different winning conditions, and we enjoyed presenting them to you. A little bit of a longer video, but I think these were more complicated than last time.
A
lot more complicated. Yeah, seems to be the consensus. So thank you guys for joining us. We will see you later. Please let us know if you like the games, what your favorite game is, and I don't know, if you want to play one of the games. I'm not sure how we would do it, but if you really wanted to, I bet we could figure it out. So, all right. Thanks again for joining us, and I will see you all later. Bye.